Jenny, do you want to put it on presentation mode? Hello. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna start letting people in if everyone's good with that. Oh, Yay. Someone else already doing it. Cool.
Yes, sorry, I already started.
No. Okay, welcome everyone. We'll just give people a few more minutes to join in, so get comfortable here. We'll be starting shortly. Welcome everyone who's just joining now. We're just going to give people a few more minutes to get settled, and then we'll begin the session. So just hold tight for 2 more minutes. Thanks everyone for being on time. We appreciate it. All right. I think we have a pretty good amount of people. Mara, do you think we can already get started for today?
I believe we can. I'm just trying to look out for the Ministry of Higher Education to confirm that they're in the room. If you just give me a second to check, and then we can start from there.
Great.
All right.
This Teams meeting full of parliament.
Welcome everyone. Just so you're all aware, we're going to get started in just a few minutes, checking to make sure all of the important people are here. So just hold tight while we're getting settled. it's always great to know who is here. So we'd love to actually know a bit about you, where you're from. And yeah, if you want to share the link to your business, maybe a brief interview, use this opportunity for networking. We always encourage that. So yeah, go ahead and share where you're from, the name of your business, maybe your age and your email in the chat. Thanks.
So we're just waiting for Madam Jane from the Ministry of Higher Education. She's confirmed that she's just about to join. She's actually joined, so I think we'll be ready to start.
Great. Okay, I've just asked everyone in the chat to tell us a bit about themselves in the meantime. But Mara, if you want to kick things off for today, over to you.
Okay, fantastic. Firstly, just allow me to say thank you to everyone that has joined in today, that have created this time to join in. I would like to say thank you to the Director, Science and Innovation from the Ministry of Higher Education, Madam Jane Chinkusu. I'd like to say thank you to the Deputy Executive Director of the International Trade Center. And also thank you for joining us, to the marketing specialist from the National Technology Business Center, and of course, our ambassador for the Ye chapter in Zambia, Mr. Gilbert Mwale. I'd like to say thank you to the ITC Youth and Trade team, and of course, the entire ITC, which is the International Trade Center organization, for creating this opportunity for us to partner and implement this program. I just want to say thank you to each and everyone that has joined this meeting, all the students, all the youth, all the startups in the country, and of course, the media. Today, Jacaranda Hub is excited to form this partnership with the ITC and Ye Zambia chapter, and in launching the Next Generation Campus Innovation Challenge. This is a project that is targeted at university and college students to equip them with the necessary skills and capacity to ideate and develop their own ventures that will in turn solve many socioeconomic challenges in the country. You might ask at this point, why students? Well, students make up most of the vibrant population joining the already flooded job market. I think a lot of us can attest to the fact that just graduating with a degree or a master's does not automatically qualify you to get a job immediately. The current situation is quite dire, and we are in the process of creating more jobs. Job creation still remains an issue, of higher agency on our government's agenda. We have seen efforts and interventions by various ministries, line ministries, to create pipelines that can create job and employment for youth, especially in the country. Universities and colleges present a platform or a place where we have open-minded, ambitious, and self-driven individuals that are ready to explore and unlock their potential in a competitive world. The Next Generation Campus Innovation Challenge is created not only as an opportunity for students to grow their entrepreneurial ambitions, but also as a platform for them to contribute to national development by creating employment pipelines for other youths and to contribute to eco-spirit of resources countrywide. Jacaranda Hub as the Ye anchor in Zambia. We just recently joined the ITC as the Ye anchor in Zambia. We are committed to creating the next generation of unicorns who will grow the innovation sphere in our country. On behalf of Jacaranda Hub, ITC, the Ye community, and of course our government, it gives me immense pleasure to have you all with us at this launch of the Next Generation Innovation Challenge. And it is our wish to see Zambia booming with a pool of tapped potential, all working together towards social economic landscape. I thank you all, and please at this point allow me to share a presentation just giving a brief presentation of what the Ye chapter is. But before I go to that, maybe Jenny, you can give a highlight on why we are here today as I put up the presentation.
So I think I'll jump in there actually. So thank you so much, Mara, for those kind words. As she mentioned, we're super excited to be here for this launch today, to be jumpstarting this partnership between Jacaranda Hub and the Ye community, which is a platform just for young entrepreneurs run by the International Trade Center. The International Trade Center is a joint agency under the United Nations and the World Trade Organization. So without further ado, I think Jenny has the video ready. So Jenny, over to you.
Yes.
We believe that positive and real change is going to come from the next generation of entrepreneurs. Driven young entrepreneurs from across the world are finding solutions for the world's largest challenges, like climate change, urban development, health issues, and youth unemployment. Being a young entrepreneur is exciting, but not always easy. That's why we set up the Ye community, the online community for and by young entrepreneurs. The Ye community connects young entrepreneurs from around the world to coaches, resources, growth funding, and, of course, other young entrepreneurs.
The Ye community is an interesting platform in that it brings together young entrepreneurs to inspire them and to motivate them to take control of their own future.
So I think the online community for young entrepreneurs really is a valuable platform, especially because it's worldwide. You meet entrepreneurs from all over around the world, and they share their stories. So you can actually learn a lot from them.
My experience with YE community has been very rich and fruitful. I've engaged with them because of their mentorship program, which has given me a great mentor. She has helped me to consolidate my business plan and move from the prototype phase to the business and product phase. Also, IE community has given me the opportunity to present my work to investors and policymakers at the UN, the G20, and other places. And in addition, I've made great friends from all over the world.
Through the community, you can reach out to other young entrepreneurs in your country and beyond to learn from their experiences, find business opportunities, or just have a cup of coffee. And the best thing is, it's free. So, what's stopping you? Connect, learn, and grow by joining the fastest growing global community of young entrepreneurs today. See you on the Ye community.
Great. Thanks, Jenny. So yeah, we wanted to open with that brief video just to kind of give you guys a sense of what the Ye community is about and what it has to offer. So as a community, we have both the global platform for young entrepreneurs around the world, and we also have our local presence through the Ye chapters, which is why we're here today to launch that partnership with Jacaranda Hub and to launch the NextGEN challenge. So Jenny, if we can move to the next slide. Why do we have the Ye community? As you guys are well aware, SMEs generate immense economic growth for countries around the world, but youth unemployment continues to skyrocket. As of 2017, close to 71 million youth worldwide were unemployed, bringing the current youth unemployment rate to 13.1%, which is nearly 3 times as high as it is for adults. We at the Ye community are working to combat that by supporting youth entrepreneurs with capacity building resources, access to networks, to help them set up businesses which are resilient and which can thrive and which can employ other youth. Next slide, please. So what does the Ye community provide to you? We support young entrepreneurs, to specify those under 35, with a variety of different support at a different stage of their business. So the online community, you can see, offers community, mentors, e-learning tools, and access to finance opportunities. And offline through the chapters, we offer training, various projects, awards, and we also work with the youth entrepreneurs who are part of the chapters to advocate for their needs with policymakers. And you can see that we offer various sets of these activities as you go to the scale up stage, where we really see that all of these things become crucial to the success of your business. Next slide. Just to give you guys a brief overview of the International Trade Center, I already mentioned that it's a joint agency under the UN and the WTO, but our real focus at the International Trade Center is to help SMEs internationalize. We support good trade opportunities, good and inclusive economic development, and we work across the lines of 10 SDGs. Next slide. So our mission under the Ye community, as mentioned, is to become the largest community of young entrepreneurs and to provide access to ITC's technical experts, learning resources, develop your skills, and ensure that you have access to networks of peers, financing opportunities, and mentors around the globe. Next slide. I just wanted to give you guys a kind of snapshot of some of the entrepreneurs that you can find on the Ye Community Global platform. The platform provides a way for you to directly connect with these young entrepreneurs and to exchange ideas, seek guidance and information. So yeah, you can see that we are represented really around the globe: Brazil, the Gambia, Germany, Malawi, Philippines. We really span the breadth of the world. Next slide. Just another snapshot of the many different businesses that you can connect with on the platform. So moving on to the Ye chapters. This is our local support for youth entrepreneurs. So we work directly with the youth and the BSOs like Jacaranda Hub to support youth entrepreneurs on the ground. And we do this through a partnership with the BSO, like Jacaranda Hub, and a young ambassador. Gilbert Mwale is our ambassador for Zambia. He's here with us today. And the Ye ambassador really represents Ye community on the ground. They're a driver of local change and impact, and they're dedicated to supporting their peers to access and enhance their skills as a young entrepreneurs. The Anchor is obviously a business support organization that's trusted locally for its quality of services, and they work with us to provide direct support and enhance the capacities of young entrepreneurs, but also to advocate, as mentioned, and to work with policymakers to build a more supportive ecosystem for young entrepreneurs. So via the chapters, we really aim to provide this space for networking, to offer trainings, to provide access to mentors, and to create this community that you can identify with as the place to go to access other young entrepreneurs and to build your skills. Next slide. Just wanted to give you guys a snapshot of some of the activities that we've done around the world with the various Ye chapters. You can see that we've had a number of different kinds of activities, from awards to workshops to exhibition spaces. It really spans the breadth. Every chapter undertakes its own set of activities based on what the young entrepreneurs need most in their geography. Next slide. So why do we build these Ye local chapters, you might be asking? Because access to networks, information, and mentors has actually proven to be more important to the success of startups than direct financing. And I know you guys are thinking, oh, what? It's important. Money is the most important thing to a business. And while it is super important, what you see when you do a comparison between so-called developed countries and developing countries is that access to networks is crucial, because being able to tap into those networks to access support, to access business opportunities at a lower cost is really what often sets apart youth-led businesses being able to succeed in those geographies versus developing countries. So just to specify, our logic is that the theory of socially embedded ties that allow entrepreneurs to get resources cheaper than they could have obtained on the markets themselves, and to secure those resources would not be available. So the reputation, the customer contacts, those are all the things that come through building networks. And our response is, of course, the Ye chapters, as I've mentioned, which really aim to strengthen those ties between peer groups and to provide enhanced access to networks, to mentoring and guidance. Next slide. So in a nutshell, why should you become part of this Ye chapter that we're building here today and engage in this NextGEN challenge? Well, you can connect with other young entrepreneurs from your country, connect with a global network, connect with mentors both locally and globally, get direct support from Jacaranda Hub that you play a role in determining, and access e-learning courses, resources, and events at both the local and the global level. And of course, become part of a network that is operated by the United Nations and the WTO and seeks to address 10 SDGs. Next slide. Great, so that's it. I just wanted to share with you guys the link to the Ye community platform. If you're not already a member and if you're not already connected, what are you waiting for? If you're also not a member of our WhatsApp chat, it's a happening place. We'll share the link in the chat shortly. But please join the community, and we're looking forward to getting to know more of you guys today. So thank you so much for joining this launch event. And yeah, I think we have some words now from Gilbert. So I'm going to pass it over to Gilbert.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much. Before I do that, Mara, would you like to come through with something that you wanted to present before I speak?
No, Gilbert, I'll come in later. Please go ahead.
All right, great. Thank you very much. So good morning once more to everybody. Thank you very much, Claire, for that clear, elaborative description of what we do as Ye. My name is Gilbert Mwale, and I'm a CEO and co-founder of IMSICA. We are an agri-tech company, and we're simply in the space of digitizing agricultural processes in Zambia, primarily with starting out, obviously, with the e-commerce, which is simply connecting farmers to agricultural inputs, while on the other side, we are providing an e-learning portal where we're helping farmers to be able to learn on anything to do with farming as a business. So I'm the Ye ambassador for the Zambia local chapter. And I just wanted to just encourage all of us in here and just be grateful of everyone who took their time, first of all, to come and attend this meeting today. Some groundbreaking activities are going to be happening in the next few minutes, and we are excited about that and would like to see how each and every one of us on this call today will be able to participate in the same. So I would like to just quickly share in a few minutes some of the things that I've been able to experience. So first of all, my first touch point with Ye was probably somewhere around 2017, somewhere there. That was roughly about four months just after registering our business, and we started running. We attended the pitch competition, and from that pitch competition, we won that pitch competition, and it started our journey with them. From then on, we were able, actually from the pitch competition, we won a tablet, and that was a good asset because we could then use it to demonstrate how our technology works to some of our clients. And as we moved on, bigger opportunities started coming through. Now, these opportunities come in form of what Claire is just from mentioning. I would like to start out by saying that the first thing was, the network of other entrepreneurs that we now had access to. The ability to actually question, to share thoughts, to be able to give, to listen to what other people have been able to do in a particular area. You would realize that counsel comes in quite highly, and it comes in sometimes quite expensive out there. But when you have other colleagues and friends in the same space who are going through the same as what you're going through, as you do, meetings, and as you do share points, you get to be able to hear that people are going through quite similar things as you are doing, and probably have overcome certain areas that you haven't, and you'd be able to actually get a benefit if you were to listen to how they overcame the hurdle. So the exposure to a community of other entrepreneurs for me was quite helpful. Another thing I would definitely want to add on to is the huge amount of resources that the Ye platform itself, which is when you participate on the website, that it opens you up to. There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of benefits that that you get. You get to experience even from the ITC, which is the where in which Ye is actually run from. You realize that there are trainings that you find there as well that could be helpful in what you do. It could be on marketing, it could be on investment readiness, it could be at any different stage. You'll be able to access different kind of content and trainings on that. Some paid, some unpaid. And even if it's paid, you would find that even the costs around that are actually, something that anybody could actually be able to manage. So these are very critical things that as an entrepreneur, you need to have access to. I was just sharing with a friend just the other day to say that, you see, when you jump into the entrepreneurship scene, all your degrees and certificates do not matter anymore. Because at that point now, it's really just how does your solution work and whether do people want it and are people willing to pay for it? And would you be able to actually create a systems around doing that? So you need other people. And that is why I would like to bring in the aspect of mentorship. And when you see all these things I'm mentioning, they are all exactly what is around what we're talking about today. The aspect of mentorship for me was quite strong. I was able to access a mentor who I would not have met, a gentleman by the name of Murari. He was in he was in UK, and he was one of the former CTOs, one of the former CEOs of Citibank. And Citibank, if you know it, CITI is quite a big bank. And I was able to have conversations with him on a regular basis. Very excited to assist me. Very excited to give me the idea of how the international scene looks like and how we could be able to grow around those areas and what we could do rightly. He was able to condense his huge experience, to my level, and that I never paid for any of that. And I was simply connected by this same opportunity. To top it up, exposure is what you need as an entrepreneur. You need to know how far can your solution go? How far what can it become? What exists out there? So I got an opportunity as well to actually present our business in an environment of the G20 Summit. And that was done, I think, probably a year or two ago. So, and that was actually a good experience to be part of the team that was in Saudi Arabia to share what we do. So I believe that this year going forward with working directly with Jacaranda Hub as our anchor, there is a lot in stock, and I'm so glad to be part of the team that is going to be doing, that is going to be launching the NextGEN Challenge. And I'll, with these few thoughts, I would like to say thank you very much to everybody that came through. I hope you share whatever information that you get today with somebody else out there. Mara, back to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Gilbert. That was a very, very elaborate and exciting intro into what you've been able to achieve through the year and also with the year. And I am excited about you and I working together, teaming up and working together and leading the process of growing the community in Zambia, leading the process of getting more youth and more students to be part of this chapter. We're looking for startups, we're looking for unicorns, we're looking for amazing minded people that can transform this country. We all have a role to play and we all have to start from somewhere, and I'm excited to be starting this journey with you. So let's make some magic, and of course today to introduce our next speaker.
Sorry, it cut out. So I think what you were saying is that you'd like me to introduce the next speaker. So yeah, we're thrilled to have some recorded remarks from the Deputy Executive Director of ITC, Miss Dorothy Tembo. She is a Zambian native. So Jenny, if you can share the video now from Dorothy. Thank you.
Mwakabwanji, Mudishani. A very warm good morning, dear guests, and a very warm welcome to youth entrepreneurs in my beautiful country. I am very thrilled to be here for the launch of our Youth and Trade Program Ye chapter in Zambia. For those of you who are unfamiliar with ITC, we are a multilateral development agency with a joint mandate under the United Nations and the World Trade Organization. we support micro, small, and medium enterprises around the world to access trade opportunities and translate these into inclusive growth and jobs on the ground. Our youth and trade program at ITC stimulates the creation of more and better youth-led micro, small, and medium enterprises. How do we do this? By ensuring you have access to market-ready skills to enhance employability and entrepreneur potential is how we do this. The long-term goal of this work is to reduce youth unemployment and support inclusive economic growth. To enable us to achieve this, we operate a platform for young entrepreneurs called Ye Community. Ye simply stands for Young Entrepreneurs and the Community. The Ye online platform is free to use and provides access to a global network of young entrepreneurs, expert mentors, opportunities to seek funding and financial related support. Tools, resources, and online education are other aspects that this tool provides. If you're not yet on this platform, I urge you to join today to benefit from many opportunities to enhance your entrepreneur capacities and networks. Our Ye national and global chapters allow us to connect to youth directly. Ye chapters link the local with the global. When building these chapters, we work via multipliers like Jacaranda Hub, our partner here today, which have their finger on the pulse and are offering concrete and practical resources to youth. By collaborating with local partners, we seek to enhance their work and ensure that a greater number of young entrepreneurs can tap on their support. We support them in strengthening their capacities, thereby ensuring that local entities are capable of nurturing today and tomorrow's young innovators. And we partner with them to grow a peer network that is the Ye chapter. In creating local networks such as these, ITC's Youth and Trade Program puts youth at the forefront of its work for inclusive and sustainable development. Ye chapters are youth-led and youth-focused. By ensuring that youth drive our engagements and are consulted throughout the process, we know that the solutions provided will be the most needed by youth themselves. In Zambia, our representative for the Ye chapter is Gilbert Mwale, the founder of eMusika, an agricultural inputs platform that supports farmers across the country to access services and tools they need to support their farms. And I'm sure many of you know Gilbert from all the great works that he is doing. And we are thankful to Gilbert for joining us in this initiative. Gilbert is active in the community by providing trainings and workshops to young farmers on business and navigating the African Continental Free Trade Area. In collaboration with Jacaranda Hub, Gilbert is guiding our interventions in Zambia and ensuring we are tuned into the hurdles youth face when growing their business or seeking employment. Together with Jacaranda Hub, we aim to break down silos and connect with key ecosystem players to enhance the local startup ecosystem. Our work everywhere ensures that we work with a variety of partners, each of whom have a unique value add, to ensure young entrepreneurs have access to a range of support that they need to build and sustain an enterprise. We aim to provide a space for dialogue, connection, and learning. And most of all, we aim to ensure that youth are the drivers of these engagements by having a clear line of communication with them through the Ye chapters. And Zambia is no exception. we will certainly be working with the Ye chapter of Zambia, taking this approach. To hit the ground running, we are excited to kick off our activities with Jacaranda Hub by launching the NextGEN Campus Innovation Challenge, where we will connect with university students across the country to seek innovative solutions to social challenges. More information will come on this later in the course of today's program, so stay tuned. The time is now to support youth entrepreneurship. Women and youth in particular have been battered by the economic shockwaves of the coronavirus pandemic. Youth need us even more now than it has been before. Join the Zambia Ye chapter and become part of a community of the young entrepreneurs supporting one another to succeed and grow and persevere beyond this pandemic. Zikomo Kwambiri, and enjoy the event.
Excellent. Thanks everyone for listening, and thanks again to our Deputy Executive Director for those words. Over to you, Mara, for introductions to our next esteemed guests.
All right, thank you, Claire. I would like to call upon our next speaker from the NTBC, Miss Lulu Chulu.
Good morning to you all, and thank you for inviting the National Technology Business Center to be part of this important event. The National Technology Business Center would like to thank the International Trade Center, youth community, Jacaranda Hub team, and collaborating partners for putting together such an important initiative. Creating a community of entrepreneurs is one of the ways to ensure support to our innovation players, as this presents an opportunity for professional development, collaboration, and scaling of local innovations, mentorship opportunities, and also building capacities at various levels, especially for youths who are aiming to be self-employed and join the professional world straight from universities. It is our considered view and understanding that this launch will add the much needed value to young people and startups to find and create employment and meaningful connections, which will add value to the various sectors of our economy. The National Technology Business Center is a statutory body under the Ministry of Higher Education. Established in the year 2002, our role is to assist in the transformation of new ideas, innovations, technologies into finished products and new businesses that are financially viable. Through our range of services, investment, and innovation resources, we aim to graduate products at prototype stage into commercialized products for wealth creation and employment. We also aim to link developed and proven technologies from various local and international sources with the local technology seekers, such as the business community and entrepreneurs. To achieve this, NTBC offers a range of services focused on two core functions, which are commercialization of innovation and products and technology transfer through an array of support pillars. These support pillars include business development support, technology audit and validation, provision of technology information, promotion of intellectual property protection and utilization. NTBC covers all areas, including support to early stage innovations, startups, and provides the necessary tools that nurture the development and sustenance of such startups. It is with this background that NTBC pledges its support towards facilitating the pathways which Jacaranda Hub and the International Trade Center's Ye community have mapped out so that they produce positive results. NTBC has a wealth of collaborations, partnerships, which are readily available to be tapped into for capacity building, skills development, investor readiness, employability, and the innovation promotion and adoption. While NTBC does not focus on a few thematic areas, Next Generation Innovation Challenge will focus on 7 thematic areas. NTBC has demonstrated innovation support in most of these areas, such as the smart energy, which NTBC is contributing to through a project that supporting the use of charcoal briquette made out of agricultural waste instead of the cutting down of trees. Another area is the smart agriculture, where NTBC supports local innovations such as the sport fertilizer applicator, which is a tool that is used to effectively and efficiently apply fertilizer in order to have a maximum yield. Smart Health, NTBC has collaborated with a number of partners in supporting such innovations in the area of health, like Dawa Clinic, which makes it possible for people to access health. Challenges such as we are launching this morning provide an opportunity for investors, technology developers, startups to showcase innovations that would otherwise not be recognized or developed. Innovation challenges provide an opportunity for scaling up, replication, adoption, gaining of resources that are much needed for commercialization. NTBC is excited that the Next Generation Innovation Challenge has a specific focus towards college and university students, because this is very fertile ground for ideation, prototyping, and planning for added contribution to society. As a center, we have always valued the contribution of young people and women in developing local innovations and technologies. As mentioned earlier, we are under the Ministry of Higher Education, and the higher learning institutions are some of those collaborators and sources of innovations we support. Hosting such a challenge is very important because it helps to focus on one's creative efforts, be cultivated to fruition, positively changing people's lives along the way. Challenges improve the startup culture, especially in our country. Challenges provide opportunities to explore solutions to ensure identified gaps are filled and that the best practices are explored and employed. Challenges such as the one being launched today expose people to gaps which they might not be aware exist. Challenges also expose people to solutions they might have not come across yet. NTBC would like to urge all the innovators, the startups, support agencies to accord this launch and this activity the importance it deserves, as it presents an opportunity to every member here to contribute towards the successful implementation of the 7th National Development Plan, the SDGs, employment deficit, and improving lives in general. NTBC will closely work with the organizers and cooperating partners of this activity to ensure the success of the Next Generation Innovation Challenge. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Chulu. That was an amazing presentation from NTBC. And of course, we appreciate the continued support, the strong relationship that we have built for a number of years now, and we look forward to more partnerships with NTBC. And I know I can confirm that we will always get support from you, because you have been one of those agencies or organizations under the ministry that provides an open door to all ecosystem builders like ourselves. So I'm really, really grateful and highly indebted to you and the entire team at NTBC. I would like to call upon our final speaker, who is the Director Science and Innovation from the Ministry of Higher Education, and this is Madam Jane, who is coming in to speak on behalf of the Permanent Secretary. Madam Jane, I call upon you.
Thank you very much, and greetings to everybody on the platform and in this meeting. Of course, the Permanent Secretary was supposed to be here, but unfortunately, she is in another meeting, so she's not able to come to this meeting. So I'm going to give some remarks that she was supposed to give herself if she was here. The dignitaries from International Trade Center, the entrepreneurs in Zambia, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. The Global has recognized and appreciated that to record any meaningful socio-economic development, there is need to adopt and embrace science, technology, and innovation in the development agenda of any country. More so that the application of science and technology and innovation cuts across most of all, if not most sectors in the economy. It is against this background that my ministry has taken the promotion of science, technology, and innovation very seriously. This is evidenced by the many milestones achieved in a short space of time, especially in 2020. Some of these include the approval of the Science, Technology, Innovation Policy and its implementation plan, the approval of the TEVET policy. We also have the approval of the nuclear policy. My ministry is now in the process of launching the National Research Agenda, which is expected to guide and provide direction of all the research that is going to be undertaken in this country. If you look at the process of drafting these policies, innovation has been on the core. The government, my government also is in the process of drafting the National Innovation Strategy, which will create a roadmap on how incentive products and processes that will help on startups will be guided. We are therefore inviting all entrepreneurs that are on this platform to actively participate in this process. Ladies and gentlemen, government takes cognizance that the fact that the adoption and application of science, technology, and innovation cannot be done without the inclusion of the youth who have so much ideas, and these ideas actually form a greater picture of the science, technology, and innovation sector. The youth have great ideas that can help transform this country if appropriately harnessed, and therefore this initiative, dubbed Next Generation Campus Innovation Challenge, is an opportunity to leverage on the minds of the young people to foster national development and socio-economic development. However, these young minds can only achieve what we expect them to achieve if they are supported. This is also more reason why my ministry takes pleasure in partnering with hubs like the Jacaranda Hub to ensure that the Next Generation Campus Innovation Challenge is a success. It is gratifying to note that in this challenge, 3 core values of this challenge are end user benefit, innovation, and thirdly, inclusiveness. You are aware that these values are in line with government's values that ensure that no one is left behind in the developmental agenda, and also that the development agenda embraces innovation and that everyone is empowered, especially the youth, who most of the time are the end users. These values require a paradigm shift in the way that the youth perceive the challenges that they are faced with. Once these core values become part and parcel of their mindset, the youth, I can assure you, can do a great exploits. I am elated to note that the program is targeting thematic areas that are relevant to the current prevailing global situations such as smart agriculture, smart health, and smart energy. This intervention could not have come at an opportune time like this when the country and the globe are facing a lot of daunting challenges in these sectors. We have faced climate change issues and now the COVID-19 pandemic, which needs innovative solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, allow me to sincerely thank and congratulate the organizers of this challenge and this meeting and the well-presented program. I want to wish all of us all the best in this launch, and please stay safe in this pandemic because the world needs you and all the innovation that you have to provide to the world. Thank you very much and all the best in this meeting.
Thank you so much, Madam Jane Chinkusu. We appreciate your coming to this platform and giving that keynote on behalf of the Permanent Secretary, Madam Kayula Siame. We appreciate the support that the Ministry of Higher Education is rendering. And of course, we look forward to your guidance, to your continued support, and we look forward to enhancing youth development through the higher learning institutions. Thank you so much. So I would like to share a presentation that we prepared. And I will start by the tagline, "The future belongs to us." I would like to believe that I am still a youth, not by age, but by deeds and by passion. I am still a youth. But most importantly, because a lot of the work that we do, if not all the work that we do, focuses on child and youth development, we see it very, very necessary to think of a future that is bright, to think of a future where we are the actors that can enable change and development. So for me, this is very important to have a tagline that embodies what the vision is, and that is to create a future that is brighter by some of the innovations that will be developed. Next page, please. So just as a brief synopsis of who we are, Jacaranda Hub is an ecosystem building program that works with young people to develop skills, to provide infrastructure spaces, to provide tools and resources that will enable them to ideate, develop, and contribute to socioeconomic development in the country. So we work with pre and post startups across the country, and we contribute to nationwide impact, targeting rural communities, peri-urban communities, as well as urban communities. We have a number of projects. Of course, today we are experiencing the launch of one of those projects, which is the NextGEN Innovation Campus Innovation Challenge. We have the Startup Journal, which is our publication. Please do go to our website and subscribe to the publication. The Startup Journal provides insight into the Zambian and the African business landscape, especially with a key focus on startup development. So there's a lot of content that is very, very helpful and will support your growth as an entrepreneur. We have the Mosotunya Pitch, which was launched late last year. This is our investor readiness program that was supported by the AfriLabs community or network in Nigeria, which works with startup incubation and acceleration programs across Africa, also supported by two of the main sponsors, Digital Africa and ADF. We also have Young Money, which is a program that was launched in the schools in Zambia, which is promoting entrepreneurial mindset transformation among young people. And the target here is for younger people between the ages of 7 to 15, and in most cases to 18, looking at our current age group in the schools. So it's basically for primary and secondary school going children. We have the Tracers, which is a new product that we're developing. We're actually now just launching the prototype for testing. This is our web hosting platform. We noted, especially during this period with the COVID pandemic, that a lot of businesses or small businesses were not present on digital platforms. So the Tracers program is basically providing a ready-to-use and African, setup themed web hosting platform, and we're competing with the big guys like GoDaddy and any of the big international web hosting platforms that we will be competing with those. So look out for this, it's loading. And we also have the One Kwacha Fund, which is our crowdfund platform. It's a social crowdfund platform. So a lot of the projects that are going to be formulated from the NextGEN Innovation Challenge and the Moso Tunya Pitch are actually going to be financed by the One Kwacha Fund. We launched the One Kwacha Fund with a campaign called the 100 by 100 Challenge, which got a lot of support from our local community, a lot of our leaders and a lot of our leadership community actually participated, and we raised some money from this program, and we're looking to raise more, which will go directly into financing early stage startups, financing startups that are looking to grow and scale. So please take advantage of this platform, and you only have to provide a minimum of 1 kwacha. I mean, how cool is that? One single coin can actually transform a business. So please participate in this program. Next slide, please. So the NextGEN Innovation, Next Generation Campus Innovation Challenge for us is a program that is targeted at college and university students to prepare them for the next generation of work and to give them skills and, a platform where they can ideate and develop ideas and ventures that will solve the many problems and challenges that we're facing. It's a call to all students to get onto a platform that will support their growth, their development, but also create a pipeline where they can be job creators or have the business skills and the business IQ that will prepare them to work in the businesses that we have today. The culture of work and also the systematic way of doing work now has changed compared to how it was before. And these days, employees are looking for, employers are looking for employees with a business IQ and also an emotional intelligence that is different from what we used to experience before. And this platform provides that kind of skill and capacity building. Next slide, please. So our core values for this program are inclusiveness. We live in an environment where we have people from different statures, people with different abilities, and therefore it's included everyone except for anyone who's not in university or college. So that's where the uninclusiveness comes in. But what we've done, because of our growing and extensive year, community, we know that within the community, we already have startups and also young people that are ready to ideate. What we've done is that we're going to provide a platform where the non-student community is going to be able to work with the students and provide peer-to-peer mentoring and coaching, but also they can bounce ideas and help to test and provide feedback into some of the innovations that are being developed. But also remember, we have the end user benefit, meaning that the year community then that is not part of the student community becomes that, end user that can provide feedback for further development or, developing of the prototypes. And of course, innovation is the key one here. We're looking for solutions that are going to provide answers for some of the challenges that we have, that can provide rapid prototyping, that can provide extensive, experience for anyone that is going to come in contact with some of the solutions. But also we want to be able to ideate and create quick solutions because some of the problems need immediate answers, and that's why the innovation comes in. But also when we look at the resources in the country, Zambia is blessed with a lot of resources that have not been utilized. So innovation comes in to help us with identifying some of these resources and converting them into usable products. And that's why innovation for us is a very, very important aspect of program. Next slide, please. What is the problem? I believe that a lot of us can agree that currently Zambia, Africa, the world is faced with a number of problems. Right now, Zambia is looking at a huge unemployment base. Zambia is looking at access to financing. A lot of startups, a lot of small businesses, MSMEs complain about access to financing. It's quite expensive to borrow from the banks, but also there's an issue of building your business case and having the collateral that can satisfy any financier to give you any form of loans or any form of financing. So access to financing or access to funding is one of the key issues that we're trying to identify here and create solutions for. Socioeconomic degradation. You may notice with extensive research that has been done with government, that has been done with intergovernmental agencies, we have a lot of social and economic issues in the country that need a collective force, a collective platform that can bring everyone to the table to work together and help the country in the direction that it needs to take in form of development. Another issue is skills development. We have a lot of graduates, and because we're targeting university students, we know that this has been an issue for a long time and is something that government is trying to work towards. We have a lot of graduates right now. If you go on the streets, you will find a lot of degree holders, master's degree holders that don't have employment. One of the key challenges is that the skills that are being rendered or being created, a lot of them are not meeting the current industry demands or current industry requirements. So our task is to come in and bridge that gap, to bring the academia closer to the industry so that there's that connection and that direct matching to help any student that is coming out of a university, to help them have the skills for them to become employable and to also contribute favorably to any institution and organization they may enter. But also, you will also notice that because we are on the rise, startup development is on the rise, a lot of the students are not prepared to work in the startup environment because of the gap that has not been bridged. Part of our work is to ensure that we can prepare the new graduates for the next generation kind of work, which is very innovative, fast-paced, but also very, very highly demanding. Next page, please. So our objectives here are basically to provide training, mentorship, to provide tools and resources, provide a workspace that will help these students that are participating in the program to be able to ideate in an environment that helps them, that promotes their innovation, that promotes their motivation, and also promotes their design thinking process. The other one is basically to provide business development services and training to become entrepreneurs that can meet the demands of entrepreneurship, of building a business from idea right up to commercialization. We need to be able to adopt the business structures, to adopt the business services, and also adopt the governance that is required for a business to grow and to thrive and also to become sustainable. And also we're looking at regulatory support. We always encourage anyone that is going into business or becoming an entrepreneur to be able to comply with the regulations of the country. When you're building, you're not building for you alone, you're building so that the majority of the people in the country can be able to access your product and service. So one of the key areas is to ensure that you comply with the regulations. As you start your business, you need to formally register your business with PACRA. You need to identify what the tax regulations are and how they, fit into your business structure, but also their processes and procedures in testing some of the products and innovations that are coming up, and we are here to support. And that's why NTBC also is here, because they provide a service where innovations can be tested for use or consumption. And then the last one, we are looking at an objective of creating e-commerce platforms. We are in the space now where physical interaction has been limited due to COVID. Chances are we may be experiencing this for a few more years to come. So we are then encouraging all the innovations and ideas that are going to be developed to acquire a thinking of digital transformation and digital impact, and thereby creating platforms that can be able to connect them to the magnitude of users or beneficiaries of their products and services. Next slide, please. So we have identified strategic partners for this program, and we are still looking for more partners within our ecosystem. So far, the 3 partners that are working together to promote and develop this program are Jacaranda Hub, of course, the International Trade Center, and the Ye community or the Ye chapter, which we are anchoring as an organization. So we're playing a double role here, which is even more exciting. Other strategic partners that we have are, of course, the Ministry of Higher Education. We recognize that we can't do anything in the universities, and we can't, implement this program without the full support and the guidance. And that's why we're very, very happy and excited that the ministry has adopted and accepted our call to partner, and they have given us the guidance and the full support to create this program. And of course, the National Technology Business Center, who have been a partner of Jacaranda Hub from inception. We also have ID Insight, who are coming in on social impact, monitoring and evaluation, and also data collection. We have the Pan-African University, who we are working with currently to develop a virtual entrepreneurship curriculum that will be used across Africa. And also the Singapore Corporation, who come in with innovation support, and the Mashav, which is the Israel Agency for International Development Cooperation, who also come in on research, innovation, and community development programs. So these are some of the partners we've identified so far, and we are coming to knock at your doors for more partnerships with various institutions within our Zambian ecosystem, and of course our African community. Next slide, please. So the thematic areas, as highlighted by our past speakers, we've got smart energy, which is looking at solutions that will exploit technologies for energy efficiency, and of course promoting eco-friendly and cost-effective innovation for our communities. And remember that we're targeting rural Zambia, so most of these solutions will have to be created to address the majority of the Zambians, and we're trying to scale out to the rural Zambia. So you will notice that the areas that have been highlighted where these solutions need to go and be implemented are, different provinces other than just Lusaka. So the core is to different provinces, which I'll be able to highlight soon. And then, of course, we have responsible consumption and production, which is looking at, smart agriculture, looking at solutions that will tackle environmental degradation. We're looking at solutions that would tackle waste management, solutions that will tackle, farming for consumption, but also processing and production. And we're looking at issues to do with grading and issues to do with using modern technology in agriculture. And then we have content and digital creation. We are able to create this presentation and able to have this platform here, the Zoom platform, because of some of the work that has gone into creating content and digital creation. We need to be able to tell our stories. We need to be able to report, our findings in a more attractive, but also a more inclusive and connected way. So content and digital creation is an important thematic area for us, because we want to be able to tell stories, especially in a period like now, where physical interaction or one-to-one interactions are very limited. We need to then transfer a lot of the information and the content onto digital platforms, and this is why this is an important area for us. Smart health. It goes without saying that we're in a time where, we are faced with a number of health issues, including the COVID-19 pandemic. We're looking for solutions that can tackle the various the health issues, and also that can reach out to the far places within Zambia, and we can be able to give eco-health access for everyone. And of course, the final one is fintech. We love money, but money needs to go to the people. We need to be able to find ways how people can be included in the money, transactions, the movements, digital finance services that can go to as many people as possible. And of course, solutions that can provide access to money or access to financing, especially for low-income individuals or communities. So the fintech space is something that is very, very important, and we're looking at a number of areas where people can ideate and create solutions. I was very, very fortunate to be part of the UNCDF Fintech for You pitch program, which highlighted a number of solutions that are coming onto the market. And I'm also very fortunate to be leading or heading the Payments Association of Zambia, which basically provides support to digital finance services in Zambia. So for me, this is an area where I know we have a lot of work to do, because not everyone is included on digital platforms, and we want to work with as many partners as possible, including the mobile network providers. The next slide, please. So we're here now. The Next Generation, Innovation Challenge, we're launching it today. Our call and plea is to invite everyone to take advantage. If you are a student in any higher learning institution, please send in your application, form up a team, and create your innovation. And we're here fully dedicated to support you from idea development right up to the point where you become commercial. So take advantage of this process, take advantage of the resources that Jacaranda Hub, International Trade Center, and the Ye community have put together. It's going to be an amazing journey, I can assure you. Some of the activities that we've outlined that we're going to implement and work with you on are going to be transformative. And if you don't take advantage of this, core, you'll be missing out on a lot of good things. Next slide. So this is us, the NextGEN Innovation or Campus Innovation Challenge, and I'll hand over to Claire now. Please, just a call for everyone to join the Ye community on social media, and of course, go to WhatsApp. There's a page that has been created. It's very vibrant, it's energetic. Please go to the WhatsApp link and join that community. We'll be dumping a lot of information there, and a lot of updates pertaining to the program and the progress that we're making in the program. So please take advantage of those spaces. That's where our communication channels will be. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Mara. So I hope you all feel really empowered from all of these statements and all of the possibilities for innovating and finding interesting solutions to the challenges that are facing youth and other generations, older generations, let's say middle-aged. There's plenty of opportunities to innovate, to provide support for your countrymen and women. So we wanted to take this part of the program to see if there are any questions. There's been a lot happening in the chat box, but I wanted to ask if anyone has any questions about the NextGen Campus Challenge. We're happy to answer them now. You can post your question in the chat, or you can raise your hand and we can call on you to unmute your mic. So I'll give you a minute to compose yourself and to think about your questions. If you have them, please post them now. Okay, I don't see any hands being raised.
There are a few in the chat,
Okay,
a few
cool.
of the questions.
Good.
So
Yes, I see them coming in.
one that I see here is, 1 second. It was, can you apply if you just completed university last year in December and are awaiting your results? Mara, over to you.
So at this point, we are only enrolling students that are actually within the university, because one of the components about this program is that the incubation will be done within the universities or colleges where the students are. And then the acceleration will be done at the startup villages in the provinces that have been selected as the regions that we want to operate in for now. We will, however, be announcing some opportunities for anyone that is outside of the student community within the Ye chapter. So please look out. You're not excluded in this process. We are finding ways of including everyone. So there'll be opportunities for anyone that is not currently in any form of university or higher learning institution.
Great, thank you for the clarification, and also thank you for flagging that there will be other opportunities coming up for those of you who aren't students. One other person is asking, how will the challenge work and how many different elements will be involved in the challenge? I know we have this overview of the implementation process, so maybe I can quickly show this and you can run everyone through that.
Sure.
Might be handy. Okay, 1 second.
So while you're putting it up, the challenge, the call for applications is open today. So please go to the platform, the website, the Facebook page, so that you can then send in your application. We do encourage all applicants to form up teams within their institutions. And we're going to have an info session, the next info session in March, which is going to focus on the industry. So we're going to be giving value chain opportunities for the sectors or the thematic areas that have been highlighted. So we're going to bring experts from, the smart, agriculture, experts coming in from smart energy to talk about the value chains and opportunities within this thematic area. So it becomes easier for you to see where the opportunities are within that whole value chain. And we feel that it's important for you to also understand what some of the challenges have been in these areas, which areas have been faced with the majority of the challenges, so that as you create your ideas, you know which region you're picking and you know which area of the value chain you want to come in. And it's very, very important to note and give an example. When we're talking about smart agriculture or agriculture, there's so many areas that you can actually enter. There's transportation, there's branding, there's sorting, there's different value chain opportunities, and we want to see innovations that are coming away from just cultivation. So we're looking for processing, we're looking for packaging, so that then we can complete the value chain. And then we have the deadline for application is coming to a close 1 month from today, which is the 26th of March. And then we'll announce the selected teams or applicants in April. And then we have now the training that starts with the Design Thinking Bootcamp, which is an amazing process to help you understand how to develop your idea, how to package it, and how to present it for pitching. And then we've got the Campus Incubation Program, which then begins immediately after, and this is going to take 8 weeks. And then after that, we have a demo day, which is bringing all the teams into one space to come and pitch and provide evidence of their ideas and prototypes. And then after that, we will then shortlist and come down to some of the best innovations who will go into a 4-week acceleration program. And then we will go on to the the last program, which is the Ideas Convention, where all these ideas that will be cultivated will come and pitch for funding. And then, of course, after that, we're going to then go and link them to investors and link them to different partners within the ecosystem that may be looking to help them scale to the next chapter. And also I must make mention that anyone that will participate in this program has the opportunity to then participate in programs like the Mosotunya Pitch, where you can actually come and apply for more funding and apply for the Investor Readiness Program, which now takes you to a global, a local and global platform for investor opportunities. So that is basically the process.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mara. I think that makes it a lot more clear and really explain well the different elements that will go into the challenge. I will stop sharing this now, but you can still access it via the link in the chat that Claire just posted. And I think we should now give the floor to some of the participants who have raised their hand. You can unmute yourself and ask your question. I will go in order. So Ephraim, if you could unmute yourself and ask your question directly.
Hello, good morning, everyone. First of all, this has been very insightful. It's very interesting to see that we are making such strides in this country. My question is very simple. I just want to find out, for participants like me that are not in school, that are not in university at the moment, but would want to get an opportunity with my startup. I want to find out, are there any programs that you have lined up? I know this for now, we are not eligible, but I wanted to find out if we are being considered for something that is coming up.
Yes, Ephraim, I would like to mention that, yes, we have consideration for anyone that is not a student at present. So just look out for more information. We've just launched the NextGEN Campus Innovation Challenge, but we will be announcing more opportunities for anyone outside of the student community. We have thought about it and understand that not everyone that has great ideas is within a university, and a lot of you have graduated already. So we are looking to work with you. So one of the things I'll also mention is that there's the Mosotunya Pitch. So if you already have an idea that is already created, if you have a product, there's a Mosotunya Pitch. But other than that, within the ecosystem, we have partners. So we do referrals as well to any programs outside of what Jacaranda Hub is doing. But currently we have activities that Jacaranda Hub is offering, and through the Ye chapter Zambia, we are formulating more exciting activities for the entire community. So please look out and don't feel discouraged. This is just the beginning of our chapter in Zambia. We just formed this relationship within the last 30 days, and we already accelerated to creating this opportunity. And we're looking to create a lot more, which will be coming and being announced very, very soon.
And if I can just add one more thing, Ephraim, Mara mentioned that there's going to be opportunities for peer mentoring. So even if you're still developing your startup, we want to engage you in this process because we really believe in the potential of peer-to-peer dialogue. So we're going to be looking for entrepreneurs who are maybe out of school, still developing their business, but can help these university students to think through some of the basics that maybe you've already gone through. And maybe you can also be sharing some of the struggles that you've already had. And again, provide the space for back and forth between youth. And as well, I want to add that, as Mara mentioned, this is specifically targeting university students, but the Ye community in general is open to any young entrepreneur under the age of 35. And by joining the platform and the WhatsApp chat, you'll be able to tap into a myriad of other opportunities provided for other startups in Zambia and on the global platform for other more international opportunities. So you're free to join the platform, even though you're not a university student. You're more than welcome on the Facebook page and the WhatsApp community, where constantly there's lots of opportunities being shared back and forth by not just Jacaranda Hub, but by partners across the country. So yeah, hope that answers your question as well.
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Okay, so next up is Emma. Emma, I know you already lined up your questions in the chat as well, but maybe you want to unmute yourself and ask them directly.
All right, so good morning. Thank you very much. My name is Emma. Yes, so my question is it a mandate that you're supposed to be in a team, or perhaps maybe you can present your ideas, then a team can come up later on? Then my other question is, do you need to provide a budget for your innovation, or perhaps you can just present your innovation, rather your ideas, without a budget? Then my last question is it possible that perhaps if you have two innovations, you can submit them, even though they cater like different aspects? Am I clear? Okay, so those are my questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Emma. Mara?
Gilbert, would you like to take that one?
Yeah, sure, great. So first of all, I'll start with the second one, and when it comes to teams, we do first, which is the first one, teams. First of all, is it mandatory that you have a team? So what you realize that we are encouraging you to have a team. You can come in as a solo entrepreneur, but we are encouraging you to come as a team because it is seen by research that the level of resilience of an organization is higher when they are co-founders, probably two or at least more, but not more than five or so. That makes a team stronger because you realize that you are going to need expertise of other people as your business grows. So you will not be able to employ those people in the early days with cash, which is salaries and such things. So you may leverage much easier on the person becoming your partner. So it is better at the beginning of the inception of your business that you actually think about who are the other people that are like-minded but have got complementing skills that could actually come in and make this dream that you are trying to achieve possible. That is why we're asking that. So you find that then those who have come with team members have a higher chance of actually going through in what we're doing, because we know and understand the level of resilience what that team brings to their business. Because I'll end that statement by making one single point to say that all businesses on a startup level or in the early stages are usually invested into based on the team. So that's a very critical issue. They're invested in based on the team. So it's easier to see how the potential of the opportunity that you are trying to get into based on the team that you put up. Are you able to convince other people to work with you? So for us, that tells us to say that you have got something good that you're working on. That's number one. Number two is, I think you asked concerning budget. I'll just encourage you that you go ahead and look at the what do you call it, the application form, and you should be able to see when you get in there that there are a few questions which are asked. Look, we understand that you are at an inception level, so we are not asking for depth of a financial forecast and all those things. What can you give us your audited account and all those things? We're not going to that extent. We just need certain information that helps us understand that you have done some minor digging or some form of digging around your idea and whether you think it is bankable. So we are not going to go into depth looking for 3-year audited reports from the past 3 years. So the third question, I think, if you don't mind asking it again, I think I've lost the thought on that.
Okay, thank you very much for the answers. Yes, so the other question was perhaps
I've remembered. I was juggling my mind because I said there's no way I can forget Emma's questions. They were very categorical. So Emma, you asked to say that you have got multiple ideas and you'd like to figure out whether both of them you should apply for them, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. So we would encourage you to I think, stick to one idea that you think is a good idea, because of probably looking at the fact that you are saying to say that this is where I think I would like to go when I'm done with what I'm doing. I think this is a more better solution. The problem is bigger out there, and the number of people that would need this solution are more. So I would suggest that you stick to one, because what happens in an event where both of them are accepted, so you then have that problem that will arise. But then it's better that you pick one that you think, number one, has got is a bigger problem, and number two, has got more people that need it out there, and you think that you have got a good solution for it. That would be my suggestion, to say stick to one solution and apply with that one. Thank you.
Thank you, Gilbert. Emma, I hope this answered all of your questions. Next up, I believe, was Dr. Agape. Would you like to unmute yourself and ask your question?
Hi, everyone. Mine is actually not a question, but just a congratulations to basically this initiative that basically Mara, Jenny, Gilbert, and actually all the speakers that have actually also spoken. One thing that I've noticed is that I'm a researcher, a lecturer, and I'm a financial consultant. And one thing I've noticed with students is to understand that the idea of innovation.
Oh, I think we lost you.
Yeah, I cannot hear him anymore.
Of changing the simple concept of a wheelbarrow. And it was an amazing concept. So what I'd just like to tell students is come up with a great innovation or an idea. This is a great platform and partnership that you guys have created, which I think is really great. And I hope that those that are hearing this can actually take part in this. But mainly, I just want to congratulate all of you. Well done. This is really great to just see Africa partnering with Europe and various partners and stakeholders, because this is actually what we need if we really want to see change, especially in the concept of innovation, because basically that's where the world is now going.
Thank you so much for the congratulations and also for the encouraging words for the students. I hope many of you are motivated to apply. Next up, we have Sakata. Could you unmute yourself?
Okay, can you get me? My network
Yes.
is not so good.
Yes, we hear you. We hear you.
Yeah, I have like, I don't know, a couple of questions. I wanted to find out if, because you have not, it's just for like, the time I joined the Ye community, I was a student, but then I changed universities, but I'm studying in Sweden. But I want to be part of the program. Is it also okay for me to apply? Because I'm technically a student, but just not in Zambia. Yeah, like that's also one of my questions. Yeah, okay, that's my main question. Like, is it okay for me to participate, but I'm not technically in Zambia right now, but I'm studying outside Zambia, but I'm a student, yeah.
Ooh, this is a tough question and perhaps one that we hadn't thought of. Mara, what do you think?
I think at this point, we would say yes and no. Yes, because we want that peer-to-peer mentoring, and we're under the assumption that at some point you will be coming back to Zambia. So one of the things we're actually going to be doing with some of our partners, like Ambitious Africa, who we are working together to build the startup villages across the country, is that we're going to be now creating linkages for exchange programs. So you'll be able to see as this program develops that some students, especially those that have brilliant ideas, and once we tap into the global market, we'll be able to create exchange programs. So it's either we do programs where you can connect with a group of students virtually, or will actually create opportunities where you can actually go there and some students come to Zambia. So we're looking at that with some Fab Labs in Finland. We're talking to Victor, our partner, who's the founder of Ambitious Africa, one of the founders for Ambitious Africa. And we have a partner that we're working with who developed the startup villages in Sweden. So we are now connecting with the startup village in Sweden so that we can create an opportunity for rapid prototyping, fabrication, development, and connecting with also just innovation and research information that can help to create better innovations in the country. So the no part comes in because you would need to be here to undergo the programs that we've lined up. But also at the point of acceleration, you need to go and start, testing your prototype and setting up in the provinces that are going to be selected. So if you notice in the application process, you need to pick a province where this implementation, there's Muchinga province, there's Central province, there's Copperbelt province, there's Southern province, and there's Lusaka province. So those are the regions that we've picked. And therefore, we want to invest in students that are ready to go and set up in those areas, and they'll get the support through the startup villages in those regions, because those are the first regions that we're now setting up the startup villages. And the startup villages are amazing spaces where you have, office space, the co-working spaces, we have event centers, we have an innovation garage coming up, we have a Fab Lab coming up. So you'll be able to then go and develop your ideas in those spaces as we go on to the acceleration phase. So it will be a bit limiting for you being in Sweden, but we want to work with you. Like we said, there's the peer-to-peer mentoring, and maybe as we develop, part of the teams that we're going to develop is to maybe get some of the year members who are outside of these universities to actually partner with the university students, where you provide that partnership, but also you can provide that mentoring and peer exchange of knowledge and information. So we'll try and see how we can connect the teams with the different people outside of the universities, so that then you make up part of that team. We see that there's a greater need for including others who are not within, who are not in the university. So just give us a bit of time to structure that properly so that it works effectively and it can benefit everyone. I hope I've answered your question.
Just to agree with you, Mara, I think one of the typical goals of the activity we are doing, which I find exciting, is there is a common saying in Zambia that there are too many educated people and yet so many problems that are unsolved. So what we are trying to do right now is get the educated young people and then send them back to the village where they come from, because their families are coming from those areas where where there's no development, and send them into the urban, and they become educated and they stay here. So the idea now is that how do we get these minds going back there in those innovation hubs and parks that Mara has mentioned. So that is where the only little, probably depending on your status, my friend, on whether you'll be coming back in and how often or when are you going to do that. That's where that challenge comes in. But otherwise, we'd like to see the back to the rural kind of situation where solutions are taken back home to our communities there, and we see how they can actually be able to change our relatives' lives. So I think that is primarily the main thing. But like she said, we will definitely look at how we could actually incorporate people like you and your desire to participate back home.
Thank you both.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a contribution or it's a question. Like Gilbert said, what if I have friends like from my town? I'm from Kabwe. I was born and bred in Kabwe, like in the outskirts of Kabwe. I have friends who are studying at the universities in Zambia. Some are at Wunza, some at CBU. What if, because he said when you're applying, you have to apply in groups, like you have to pair up in groups. What if can I be part of the group, but I can be coming to Zambia, but can I be part of the group so I can put in input with my friends who we come from the same town, but we are studying somewhere else, but they're studying in Zambia. But yeah, like my question is, can I be part of the group in the input? Because basically they'll be in charge there and I can be going. I don't know if that can wait. That's like a question.
Yeah, because you see when, like, again, we'll go back to, I don't know, Mara, if you're okay, if I can take this one.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, great. So I wanted to say that, you know, it's like when you are applying, you also notice again in the form that we ask for a team, if at all you do have it. So we do ask to say, you know, like list out the name, list out your main, the colleagues that you're working with, and just partially what are they supposed to do, you know, like, or rather what are their roles specifically in this new idea that you're trying to develop. It's not a company yet, but in this new idea that you're trying to develop, what roles are they going to play? So depending on the fact of which role you are playing in that team, obviously if you are going to be the head, you know, and you're supposed to run the whole entire show, then it defeats the purpose, because then you are the one who's going to be needed for all those extra meetings that are supposed to happen, each single point of call. But if someone else amongst your colleagues, because I do know to say that, you know, when you are developing an idea or a business, sometimes you have partners or consultants who are not even physically next to you. So for that purpose, yes. To that purpose, yes, if you have other team members who are university students here in Zambia who are belonging to the regions that we have stated, and you would be one of the team members and someone else would be playing the reading role here, I don't see any problem with that.
And also just to add to that, I think one of the great opportunities for this program is that we're doing a hybrid kind of approach where a lot of the activities will be done virtually, and we'll get onto virtual platforms for the training, for the incubation, and then we will do the face-to-face meetings for some of the activities. So it creates an opportunity for someone who's not within you know, the country and is part of that team to be able to join in the incubation. There will be instances where as part of that team member, you'll be required, so you need to just make that commitment. And guess what? Startups, entrepreneurs are about commitment. So we basically see that it's possible. If you know that it's possible for you, then we believe it's possible that there'll be those allowances to make this effective, to make this successful, and to meet the objectives and obligations that we want to meet with this program.
Perfect. Thank you so much for considering all the different alternatives for different scenarios. And I do think the idea of really basing it on teams and collaboration is a nice way to work around for those people that might not fulfill all of the mentioned criteria. So we're already a bit over time, but we have 2 more questions that we want to give the people the chance to ask. So Bibusa, could you unmute your mic? Can you hear us? Otherwise, you can also post your question in the chat. Ah, there we go.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I was on a call quickly, but yeah, I just wanted to quickly say, you know, I've been listening on to the conversations here. I know Mara for quite some time, and I'm quite proactive or passionate about women empowerment. And sometimes when we talk about women empowerment, doesn't necessarily mean connections, but, you know, listening to conversations such as this as a way of supporting her, and also quite interesting to hear what everybody else has to say about the Ye program. I'm quite excited because I am CEO of Sensex Africa, and we work with quite a lot of entrepreneurs. We've got about 650 entrepreneurs on our fellow right now. Would be interesting to see if we can get some of our Zambian fellows to participate in the Ye program. So that's all I wanted to say. Well done Bravo to everybody. When you see me leave, it's only because I have to go into another Zoom, but thank you so much to everyone that organized and everyone that has participated. Well done.
Thank you very much. It's really great to get a lot of good feedback from your side. Okay, last question coming up, Sydney.
Thank you very much. Mine is not a question. My name is Sydney, as you said. I'm the head of strategy and innovation at Zanaco Bank PLC. I just want to say that this is a very good initiative, excellent. And in fact, if we really want to see a growth of entrepreneurs in this country, and also just augment the business world, it is from such initiatives that we catapult ourselves in that direction. As Zanaco, we believe in building entrepreneurs, building businesses and communities. And we also believe that as a bank would not have been where we are without innovations. And so when Mara was presenting the list of strategic partners, I was just wondering to myself why Zanaco was not there. So Mara, probably one of the organizations we want to speak with is Zanaco and see where we can collaborate. I believe that the budding entrepreneurs on this listing will obviously need big businesses ultimately, but also just also be supported with ensuring that they're successful in their endeavors. And suffice to say that we probably are the only bank with a full-fledged innovation hub in the country. And so we believe that our collaboration can be much more deeper, particularly that we are a very big local institution which can provide that energy to the initiative. So thank you very much. And we'll be looking forward to collaborating with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sichula. And please don't despair. We already done the pitch, we've already done the letter, and as I mentioned in the email, next week we'll be at your door, and I believe that you've already, we've had conversations in the recent past, and you did mention that you are looking forward to partnering with us both for this program and the startup villages in setting up the innovation garages across the country. So we thank you so much for echoing and also reconfirming that you are ready for this partnership, and we can't see it any other way. So thank you so much.
Great. One more hand just came up. This will be the last question. Alice, could you unmute yourself?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, thank you
so much, and sorry for raising my hand over time. Just a quick question. You mentioned something about peer-to-peer mentorship. How then do people that are not currently in university get in touch on that end?
If I can take that one. Please create your profile on the Ye community, because we'll be reaching out to Ye community members who are located in Zambia and sourcing them as potential peer members. You can also join the WhatsApp chat, because we'll be sure to share further information on how you can be involved as a peer mentor in that regard. And Mara, perhaps there's another way that you want to share that they can be involved?
No. I think that's pretty much it. Please join the community. We do, like I mentioned earlier, we do have quite a number of activities that we're promoting. Gilbert, myself, and the team here in Zambia are creating fun activities, very, very impactful, innovative activities to engage all our Ye Zambia chapter community members. So please just make sure that you join the community by going to that platform, putting your profile there, and then join us on this ride, because it's going to be an amazing ride, I can assure you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alice. And okay, so that brings us to the end of our program.
I think we had the other Alice. Can we allow
we had another
we had
one.
two Alices.
Okay.
Can we allow the final Alice?
Thank you so much, Mara. My namesake started speaking first, so I let it go. But yeah, I just wanted to maybe first introduce myself. My name is Alice. I work for FHI 360 under a USAID-funded project called Youth Lead, which basically focuses on young people between the ages of 18 and 35. And our focus is on leadership training, but with a strong entrepreneur thinking component. And I'm excited to be part of this launch. And as Mara know, we've been speaking in the background. My project focuses on fresh graduates. And we've had some struggles with ensuring that the ideas that come out of this process are innovative. As you know, FHI 360 is an NGO. And so part of the challenge that we have faced so far is that the ideas that are coming out from our youth are, leaning towards charity work. And it's a conversation that we keep having. And so for me, I'm excited to, learn about this new program that is being initiated from a social enterprise perspective and see how we can share some of the lessons that we have learned from our programming, and also see how some of our young people that have gone through our training using approaches such as design thinking, the iteration that Mara talked about, and all the other supports that you talked about, and seeing how these young people that have had this experience can also benefit from an experience that is being spearheaded by social enterprise with the backing of mentors and access to more resources. So I'm really excited that you invited me, and I look forward to more interaction. And as always, Mara, please feel free to call upon me for any support that you might need. Like I said, I've had so many lessons that I've learned over the last few years that we have implemented the project. And there are definitely aspects that this program can learn from. Thank you so much, and good luck with everything.
Thank you so much, Alice, and we look forward to more interactions and, of course, the knowledge sharing so that we can continue to improve on program delivery and continue to improve on systems that we want to enhance and all, I think, targeted at the same goal, which is socioeconomic development, youth development, and national development. So thank you so much for that extensive call to continue collaborating. And for me, I just want to emphasize on the aspect of collaboration and partnerships. We were founded as an organization on the principle of collaboration and partnerships, and we have continued to grow in that space. And our collaboration and partnerships go very, very far and wide. And we want to strengthen the local partnerships for more delivery and more program delivery and implementation. So we definitely will come. We need the lessons learned. The best practices are so important. We don't have to go through the same challenges, knowing that someone has already identified what the key challenges are, and we can already find solutions for those or mitigate them. So thank you so much to everyone that has made the time, that has committed this 1 hour and a half, almost 2 hours now, to join us and also committing to participate in this program and support this program. So very, very appreciative to everyone.
Indeed, I can only reiterate what Mara has said. It's all about collaboration. So it's really great to hear all of these various stakeholders who are already reaching out to get involved with the challenge. We look forward to engaging with you and to welcoming you. So I'd like to close out this session and say thank you so much to Mara and Gilbert, our local counterparts in Zambia. Thanks to all the people who joined us today. We have one quick poll that we'd like to launch before we let you go, because we want to make sure that we're considering your needs in this process. So you should indeed see the poll in front of you now, where we'd like to hear what are the areas of the Ye community you are most looking forward to accessing through the chapter in Zambia. What kind of support are you most excited about? Accessing networks, accessing mentors, tapping into capacity building trainings, access to financing opportunities, youth events, or opportunities for increasing exposure for your business. So if you can please share your thoughts, this is really helpful to us in understanding what is most exciting to you as the end beneficiaries that we're looking to support. So I see the answers coming in now. That's great. I'll give you 30 more seconds to vote. Good. Okay. We're at 50% of you have voted. So please, the rest of you, if you can get your answers in now. Okay, great. This is really interesting. 10 more seconds and then we'll close the poll. All right, Jenny, I think you can close it and share the results. Excellent. So the networking element is super important to you guys, as well the opportunities for increased business exposure. Okay, so this is very exciting news and definitely something we'll be working on. So thank you all for sharing your thoughts. We'll definitely be taking this into consideration and working forward with it. So as mentioned, be sure to register and apply your idea in the NextGEN Campus Innovation Challenge. We can just post the link one more time in the chat so you can apply directly to the challenge. And please don't wait until the end. Don't wait until the final deadline to submit your idea. And we look forward to having you all on the Ye WhatsApp chat and the Facebook page. And before we let you go, we'd love to have a photo at the end. So if you can all just turn on your video for 5 seconds, we can get a final snap where we can really see all your beautiful faces. Great. Okay, we see videos coming on. I know some of you are on the move or traveling about, so if you can't, that's okay. Okay, 2 more seconds if you can turn on your videos, guys. We'd really appreciate it. Awesome, we almost have everyone. Okay, so get your smiles ready. Oh, we see someone driving. Constance, be careful. Don't crash the car. Okay, perfect. So in 3, 2, 1, put your best smile on. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Great. Thanks, everyone. We'll be sure to post it on social media. You can tag yourself in the comments. And we really look forward to having you all as part of the Ye Chapter Zambia and hearing all your ideas in the NextGEN Campus Innovation Challenge. Have a good rest of your Friday. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. We look forward.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.